Hi guys! Welcome to Book Streams for Tweens with the Fulton County Library System, on location at the Atlanta Humane Society. Today we'll be discussing the book Lety Out Loud by Angela Cervantes, so stick around! Hey, welcome back! My name is Miss Adrienne and I am the Youth Services Librarian at the Adams Park branch in Southwest Atlanta. Today I'm going to share an awesome award-winning book about animal adoption, volunteering at an animal shelter, writing and using your voice. The book is Lety Out Loud by Angela Cervantes. If you read Angela Cervantes' book, Gabby Lost and Found, then you may already be familiar with the Furry Friends Animal Shelter. In Lety Out Loud, the story also centers on the Furry Friends Animal Shelter. In this book, the main character is Lety, who is an ELL student. Spanish is her native language, and she is still learning English. And she volunteers at the Furry Friends Animal Shelter along with two of her best friends, Kennedy and Brisa. This summer, instead of going to school to improve her English skills, Lety will be volunteering at the Furry Friends summer camp. It is run by the veterinarian and owner, Dr. Villalobos. Dr. Villalobos is looking for a volunteer to write profiles on the animals so that they get adopted. Lety is really interested in doing this. She loves animals and felt that the dogs and cats wouldn't care how she wrote, as writing is difficult for her. One of her classmates, Hunter, also is going to volunteer at the Furry Friends summer camp. Hunter likes to complain and he thinks he's better than Lety because he can read and write at the high school level. Lety and Hunter devise a secret contest to see who will be the shelter profile writer. Whoever gets their animals adopted the fastest wins, and the loser scoops dog food. Lety reluctantly agrees, but she is scared that they will find out about the contest and kick her out of the volunteer program. There is one dog that she really likes, and that is Spike. She wants to be able to adopt him. You'll just have to read the book to find out what happens next. I'm going to read a part of the book to see how you like it. Okay, we'll be reading chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1, Furry Friends Summer Camp. If Lety Munoz could adopt any animal in the world, it would be Spike, the sweet black and white terrier sitting across from her on the lawn at that very minute. Lety was outside the Furry Friends Animal Shelter along with other summer campers. All of them wore shorts and teal blue Furry Friends t-shirts and sat quietly as the shelter's owner and veterinarian, Dr. Villalobos, told stories about the various dogs and cats at the shelter. Lety liked how Dr. Villalobos' voice rose high with excitement and then dropped low when a story turned serious. He had colorful tattoos in both arms and long dark hair pulled into a braid that snaked down his back. He was like no other veterinarian Lety had ever seen. Still, it was Spike that drew her gaze. The small dog wore a blue bandana and gnawed at a twisted piece of rope. Our shelter is full of dogs and cats that were surrendered by their families, Dr. Villalobos said. Others were picked up as strays by our rescue team. Spike was brought to the shelter for the first time by the highway patrol. He was chasing cars. Can you believe it? Giggles and gasps erupted from the campers, but Lety Lety was stuck on Dr. Villalobos' words, brought to the shelter for the first time. She wanted to raise her hand and ask what he meant. Had there been a second and third time? Luckily, Dr. Villalobos began to explain. Spike doesn't have a winning record with forever families, he said. He knows how to high five, shake hands, and roll over. And thanks to one of our volunteers, he's finally mastered how to sit and stay. But every time he's adopted, he's brought back to the shelter. Everyone says he's too wild. Spike let out a playful bark as if saying, "That's right." Lety shook her head in disbelief. Too wild? She'd only just met Spike. But to her, Spike seemed like the perfect dog. He was super cute with his glossy black and white coat, pearly white teeth, and warm brown eyes. He was smart too and barked every time Dr. V mentioned him. What kind of people would give him up? The good news is that Spike is going home with a foster family today. One of the kids started to clap and soon all the kids joined in, but Lety hesitated. In just the few minutes she'd been at the shelter, she had already fallen in love and wanted Spike for herself. She didn't want to clap for him leaving. Lety nudged her best friend, Kennedy McHugh, who was sitting next to her. "What is a foster family?" Lety whispered. "Can someone still adopt Spike? Let me ask," Kennedy said. Raising her hand, Lety smiled, retrieved that Kennedy was always willing to speak up for her when she wasn't sure the correct way to ask something or didn't want to sound stupid in front of other kids. Dr. Villalobos called on her right way. "Will Spike still be available for adoption?" "Yes, but I'm putting him on hold for now," he answered. "Sometime with a foster family is the best thing for Spike. He's super popular after being on the news this past weekend, and now the whole city wants to adopt him." Dr. Lobos continued. "Does anybody know what he did?" "I think I saw it on the news," one of the campers shouted. Lety hadn't seen anything on the news. At home, her parents watched only a Spanish news station, and it covered everything going on in Mexico and Central America, but nothing about Kansas City. Doesn't Lety Out Loud sound like a great book? I'm sure many of you are animal lovers. You may have visited an animal shelter, or so you may be inspiring writers or an ESL student who can identify with some of the challenges that Lety and Brisa deal with. Why not check out the book and find out for yourself? It's also a great first read for the summer reading program that starts on June 1st. You can sign up for it at fulcolibrary.org using the Beanstack app. Lety Out Loud is available for curbside pickup or in-person pickup on Tuesdays and Saturdays. An ebook on eReads Kids, both available using your library card at fulcolibrary.org. Don't forget to submit your fan art. See the information below. Okay, I wanted to share with you this origami dog mask. And this might get your creative juices going about about something to do for fan art. And also I wanted to tell you that we have a lot of great resources in the catalog and at Hoopla for making origami animals or paper animals. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and come back tomorrow where we'll talk about the author of Lety Out Loud, Angela Cervantes. See you then. Bye.